It's Family Sunday here at the Big A. The Angels looking to bounce back after a difficult loss last night to the Texas Rangers in extra innings, thus setting up the rubber game of the series. Angels won on Friday, Texas last night, and see what the Angels do this afternoon here at the Big A. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and while we did see some highlights as far as the home runs are concerned, Mike Trout and Ian Kinsler, and Trout, of course, falling a double shy of the cycle. The one guy that stands out right now is Ian Kinsler, because he's certainly swinging the bat very well. This is what the Angels have been waiting for the last month or so.
Exactly, Victor. When you think about that leadoff hitter to get on base in front of Mike Trout, he's been outstanding. He's got a 6-game hit streak of what he has done, though. Really, when you look at his last 5 games, 11 for 20. That's a .550 batting average. So he's setting the table, and he's also driving in runs. 6 runs scored, 6 RBI, 3 home runs for Ian Kinsler. He is a .345 career hitter against the Rangers with 8 home runs and 17 RBI. Get on base, set the table, allow Mike Trout to drive him home, but you need to score some runs early against Texas. Take away that momentum they got from winning that game late last night.
Well, the Angels do get Zach Cozart. He's back in the lineup. He's playing shortstop today with Anderson Simmons getting the day off. Luis Valbuena will handle third base. Doug Fister is on the mound for the Texas Rangers. And Tyler Skaggs, the lefty, Swaggy P, is on the mound for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back, relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Ball line to left field. Derek Fisher has to go back on it. That's gone! Big fly for Justin Upton. The 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Back out here at the Big A, beautiful sunny day. It's a warm one. Baseball will be traveling, and we'll see how many fielders have troubles with the high fly balls as Tyler Skaggs gets ready to start as warm-up pitches. This is the finale of the three-game set between these two teams. Mentioned the series tied up at a game apiece. Take a look at the lineup brought to you by City National Bank. Texas Rangers, game number 62. They're currently at 25-36. Bringing up the rear of the American League West, and it'll be Chu leading things off at left. Kiner Falefa's at third base. Mazzara's in right. Beltran at DH. Profar at shortstop. Odor at second. Chirino's behind the plate. Guzman at first base. He had the big hit last night in extra innings. DeShields batting ninth and playing center field. Tyler Skaggs making his 12th start of the season. He's 3-4 currently with a 3.60 earned run average.
Yeah, coming off a tough game. Really just one bad pitch, the grand slam against McCann, but pretty solid season overall. 3.60 ERA for Tyler Skaggs. My go-tos for Skaggs to be successful here this afternoon against Texas is off speed for first pitch strikes. He throws about 52.2% off speed pitches on the very first pitch. Going for strikes, get some quick outs, work ahead, and then ride that fastball up. High fastball has been very successful for Tyler Skaggs, changing that eye level, getting swing and misses above the letters. So high fastball, that big breaker ball and changeup, and don't forget that arm side fastball to get some quick outs too on the ground.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels this afternoon. Upton, Trout, Hermosillo in the outfield from left to right. The infield we've mentioned is Valbuena and Cozart on the left side. Kisler, Pujols on the right. Jose Briseño behind the plate.
And Albert Pujols making his 35th start of the 60 games played this season for Albert. Been very effective. There's 34 total starts at first base. Last couple of seasons, he has 3 errors in that position, but team much better defensively when Albert Pujols gets a chance to play that first base position.
Last night a 3-2 victory for Texas. That puts the Angels home record at 13-18, 31-28 overall. 5.5 gap of the both Seattle Mariners and
Seattle, that's
Houston Astros.
Yes. They've been playing very well, Seattle.
Chu got the first hit yesterday on the very first pitch. Cuts through the first one this afternoon. 262, 11 doubles, 9 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Skies this one, shallow left. Upton, Cozart, Upton with the call on the catch, one out. Told you that that high sky, never fun on the day games.
And when you think about Tyler Skaggs, a couple batters in this lineup, one being Chu, the other being Mazzara, left-handed batters. Good success against him in their careers. Tyler Skaggs has been much better against left-handed batters this season. 156 batting average against lefties this year for Skaggs. Reason why? He's been able to throw that curveball for strikes and then ride that high fastball in against lefties.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa hitting 247. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Starting third baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good arm action on this changeup. Very important to establish that pitch early on for Skaggs.
One, two, just off the plate. Good tempo too for Tyler so far.
Pretty good differential in speeds. An 85-mile-an-hour changeup, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Those about 57% of his pitches are fastball for Skaggs, 90-95. A curveball, 32%. Changeup, 11%.
Two-two. Punch to the right side. Good piece of hitting by Falefa. 1 out single puts the Rangers first base runner on board for Nomar Mazzara.
Didn't quite get that exactly where you wanted to throw it. Falefa with a good piece of hitting, like you said, Victor. It was trying to go up and it ended up being away. Even though it was 94, he's able to stay back on it well. And that's exactly the approach he was trying to do. You see how his head and eyes were still on that one, trying to hit the ball to the right field, and he did so with the base hit.
Mazara will look at a strike. He DH'd last night. Ended up going 0 for 3. Had an RBI. No balls, 2 strikes.
Good firm fastballs.
Like I said, it looks like a different guy. Obviously, you mentioned command a little bit off in his last start against the Tigers. Ended up taking the loss, giving up 5 runs, 6 hits, 5 innings of work. 82 pitches in those 5 innings.
Especially surprising on the road, since he's been so effective on the road this season.
Down to the dirt. Nice block by Briseño. Connor Falefa stays at first base. Just underway. Chew a fly ball to left. Connor Falefa base hit. And now Mazar at the plate with Adrian Beltre on deck. Tyler's 1-2, and this is fouled off.
Got to be ready on that left side of the infield and outfield. Mazar is very good as far as staying back on the baseball, hitting the ball well the other way, especially on an off-speed pitch.
Cozart shading up the middle with Mazar at the plate. (13 pitches thrown by Skaggs. That home white uniform is a good look, isn't it?
Yes, I've always been a fan.
Out towards center, not very deep. Trout comes in. 2 outs.
You know, sometimes when you have that red top on a Sunday afternoon, it's a warm one. The blue top for Texas here today. They're used to that hot weather. It's a warm one here today at the Big A.
Two outs, kind of Falefa at first, and Beltre at the plate, DHing today. .312 batting average. 0 for 3 last night. Had a sacrifice fly, picking up his 13th run batted in. He's missed some time this year, a couple of times with the hamstring issue. More than likely will DH more often than play third base the rest of the way. Two balls, no strikes. Not a big lead at all for Connor Falefa at first. 2-1. Chris Conroy calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Brian O'Nora at first, fielding Colbert, the crew chief at second. CB Buckner at third. A prolonged at bat by Mazara, forcing Tyler to throw at least 18 pitches. Three and 1.
Hasn't missed by a lot, that's for sure. Been a little bit off the plate. 93, back-to-back 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. Gotta be careful now on a 3-1 fastball. You got to locate it well against Beltre.
And a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. Jerk and Profar coming up. Profar comes in batting .236. 18 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs, 27 RBIs.
He's been filling in at shortstop with Andrews out. So far in the number 2 spot last night. Picked up a double and scored a run in the 9th inning. Switch hitter.
It's a pretty good pitch there.
Yeah.
You can go back to that all-speed pitch for a first pitch. You need to throw that for a strike, and that was definitely in the strike zone. So far out there, a pretty solid start as far as extra base hits, 25 of them this season for Texas.
Big swing and a miss, 1-2, high fastball. A little bit of trouble here. 22 pitches for Skaggs. We're in the first. One-two pitch. Popped him up shallow right center field. Trout calling for it. That'll do it for Skaggs and the Angels. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with no score. Kinsler will lead things off, and he will play second base. Trout is in center field as usual. Upton in left, Pujols at first base, Ohtani at DH. You've got Cozart at shortstop, Valbuena at third, Briseño the catcher, and Hermosillo at right. That lineup taking on the veteran 34-year-old Merced, California right-hander. Doug Fister on the mound.
Not overpowering, certainly with his fastball. It's 86 to 90 slider curve change. My go-tos to be successful against Doug Fister is bring that sinker up in the strike zone and lay off those inside pitches. He likes to establish well off the plate in.
Kinsler, 222 batting average, 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in. There's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. He had 2 for 5 last night with a home run and a single. It's home run banging off the foul pole down the left field line. One-two. Dribble foul.
That moving two-seam fastball home run in off the plate against right-handed batters. Right-handed batters, a lot of success against him this season. 333.
Kinsler punching it foul. Pfister's been around. Originally a Seattle Mariners 7th round pick out of Fresno State back in '06. He's pitching in big leagues with Seattle, Detroit, Washington, Houston, Boston, and now the Texas Rangers. Briefly an Angels farmhand. Matter of fact, Boston claimed him off waivers from the Angels. He'll bouncer off the plate. Tough play. That is going to go foul. Nice heads up play by Pfister, allowing that one to.
Yeah, not many baseballs will roll foul here, but that's the one chance you have. So if it's rolling down that line, that will roll back into fair territory. It checked up on the grass and then rolled foul. So avoiding contact.
Yeah, exactly. Got to make sure it doesn't touch you either. '11th start of the season for Pfister. 1-5 with a 4.09 ERA. He'll pick up some strikeouts.
It's a slow curveball. Will throw his fastball, like I mentioned, 86 to 90, 61% fastballs. He'll throw a slider, 15% a curveball, 14%, and 10% of the time will throw his changeup. Good at bat working here for Kinsler again. .345 career hitter against Texas.
Breaks his bat, loops one towards second. Odor's there. One out. Take a look at the Texas Rangers on the defensive side of things with Chu, DeShields, and Mazar in the outfield. You've got Kiner, Falefa, Profar, Odor, and Guzman from third to first, and Chirinos behind the plate.
Profar mentioned earlier getting all these starts at shortstop, with Andrus being now 45 of 48 games at shortstop. Also has committed 9 errors. He's turned 19 double plays so far this season for Profar.
Trout, mentioned, falling a double shy of the cycle last night. 3 for 5. 313 on the season.
Trying to get that upper part of the strike zone.
Late on that one.
3 fastballs in a row from Pfister to Trout. Mentioned he pitches inside pretty well. It's not overpowering, but he'll make sure he doesn't miss on that plate.
Trout lines one back toward the middle, but Odor with the shift on. He's able to nab it before it got to the outfield grass, 2 down.
Well, you got that pitch on the outside part of the plate and a perfect swing there. Trout lines it over the head of Pfister, but right there for Odor to be able to run that one down, playing up the middle. My Hyundai key for this game today for the Angels to be successful against Pfister and the Rangers: going little sticks, come sail away. Use this drive as far as a baseball carrying during the day and let it sail away.
Upton takes a strike. Upton hitting .234, 11 home runs, 35 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts. Line sharply toward short, diving stop by Profar, gets up and retires Upton for the 3rd out.
Some really solid defensive plays. Hey, when you work quickly like Pfister does, you're going to have some solid plays made behind you. The defense for the Rangers early on, very good. Profar with a solid play to finish a 1-2-3 inning.
Skaggs threw a lot of pitches in that first inning. Jose Mota, kind enough to join us from down in the camera well, just next to the Angels dugout. He'll be with us throughout the broadcast. And Jose, first things first, congratulations to you and the missus on the graduation of your daughter.
Thank you. What a great moment. What a blessing. You have a daughter too, so I know you have one that went through it, and obviously one coming. So it's a special blessing, man. So proud.
Yeah, the picture you had on the pregame show, Jose, was priceless. The smile on both of your faces, amazing.
Still crying. Had a good conversation, Gooby, with Bartolo Colon about how many mounds do you think he's been on?
Man.
At 45, Victor, huh? Well, here's his observation. Bartolo actually mentioned this after Friday's game. He said he has never felt so high, stature-wise, than when he took the mound here on Friday. And he goes, not an excuse, but I felt like if I threw and delivered the ball the way I always did, everything was upstairs. And for a guy that's been in so many mounds at 45, I have to believe that perhaps he has something, because I know at some point, some guys complained for years that this mound was a little bit too flat through the years. Mark, you see that too?
Yes. I'd be one of those, especially as a visitor coming into the stadium. The mound I always felt was flat, even though as a sinker ball pitcher, you would think that would work to your benefit. But I always felt even when the Kingdome or even the old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, that incline you had, you just felt like you could throw better leverage working downhill, which you try to do as a pitcher.
1-2.
Again, Victor, in mind that there are regulations and rules and measurements that go all around standard round baseball.
I mean, just by appearance, would never think that this mound would be on the high side.
Oakland, I've always felt, still has a pretty good incline.
We'll find out when the Orioles come to down. Buck Showalter has the umpires measure the mound. I was in Texas. I was with the Rangers once.
His time is gone.
Yeah, he did that. It was U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago with the White Sox. He had the umpiring crew come out because he thought that mound was illegal.
Yeah, I felt that was odd, especially from the visitors' bullpen mound into the game mound.
Yeah,
it was definitely different.
I said, Bartolo, maybe you shrunk.
Maybe they just shaved down the bullpen mound.
I remember they used to do that in Kansas City, supposedly on the visitor side. Well, that was a rumor, I should say.
I mean, nothing in the regulations say anything about the bullpen mounds, right?
No.
Just make it flat ground out there for the guys.
It'd have the home plate area kind of tilt a little bit the other way. Think, oh man, I'm right on the plate. And then you go out there, the first few pitches not even near the plate. Home field advantage.
Down goes Odor. Briseño has to throw down to first. And they get the strikeout, 1 out. Two left-handed batters now, Jose, that Skaggs has had issues with putting away. Mazzara, long at bat. Odor here with a long at bat.
Well, back to before this season, the splits were pretty much looking like he was a righty. I mean, lefties hit him quite well. They all felt comfortable in the box. But we've seen what he's done against Mazzara, beat him on a fastball in when he's looking breaking ball. And now against Odor, too. And Victor, I think it comes down to the combination of trusting the fastball, spotting it in enough, and then, of course, having more effectiveness on the breaking ball down in the zone.
I really think that high fastball too, Jose, against left-handed batters really sets up his breaking ball, because he starts it at that same plane. Because they've had some pretty good success against his fastball left-handed batters.
You have to respect velocity, especially in and up.
Ball on a strike on Robinson Chirinos, the catcher. 196 batting average, 7 doubles, 7 home runs, 20 runs batted in.
And Jose, a lot of times we talk about on days like today, the high sky, how difficult it is for a position player. Can you explain that, why it is so difficult to track a baseball when it's hit high?
Well, you have nothing to gauge the depth of a baseball. That's number one. And let me tell you, it is a very lonely feeling. You're the one that's supposed to catch a baseball, and it's all on you. See it happen very often, having a lot of trouble, especially in the Bay Area with a high sky for years. Even Willie Mays talked about that in his days playing with my dad about high sky and what does that mean, and explaining it to some guys and just saying, hey, understand that in days like when there's high sky issues, you have to go out there and have as many guys around the base. But somebody always has a better angle to take charge and catch a baseball.
We see that also often here in the infield. See everybody charging after it. Usually Andrelton Simmons is.
I was just going to say, Andrelton usually goes somewhere near that baseball, no matter where it's popped up. And he's sitting on the bench today, which is odd to see for Andrelton Simmons, but never a bad opportunity for Mike Scioscia to give him a little bit of a breather, especially after the last couple of games where he's been hit in the shin with a slide and a pitch.
Trinos lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Keep a close eye on Briseño, Victor, on the many hours he has spent with Martin Maldonado and saying, read the batter's feet. Adjust through that.
Trinos flips one past Cozart. Off speed pitch. Went down and got it. 1 out single, puts a man on. Nothing easy yet for Tyler Skaggs through an inning plus.
And Trinos is a guy that's really had a tough time making consistent contact. He went down and got that changeup. I think a curveball bounced and he has a chance to get a swing and miss. And credit Trinos as far as staying back on that changeup and getting a base hit out of it.
Are you not more inclined to throw hard stuff on a guy that, aren't you doing him a favor by speeding up the bat, throwing the off-speed pitch like that?
Especially a changeup, I think, would be a tougher pitch to throw to him. Like break a ball if he can bounce it because he has a swing and miss in his arsenal. But running a high fastball too, especially on the inner half, be very difficult for him to be able to hit that ball consistently.
Oh, 1 count on Guzman, the first baseman, hitting .230. See his knees buckle on that breaking ball.
And go back to even last night, you would think on an 0-2 pitch, see if Skaggs remembers that from last night against Guzman. Gets that lower part of the strike zone. Remember, he hit that base hit. Big hit for him last night, the go-ahead RBI on a 0-2 fastball away against Jose Alvarez. And you remember that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times when you're pitching that next day, you got to watch and see what swings are going to be going against you the very next day. What pitches will they chase? What pitches will they not chase? Break a ball, and this is one of those break a balls where Tyler has thrown much better this season, in which he goes for the swing and miss and not throw in the strike zone, expand the strike zone, and gets them to chase it. Even with that long reach that Guzman has, unable to reach that one.
The Shields, a center fielder. 205 batting average. 9 extra base hits, 7 RBIs. Tough offensive season for the speedy center fielder.
It's because of that swing, Victor, pretty much. A swing that he actually readjusted this offseason. And talking to him back in Tempe, he goes, well, I got too caught up in lifting the baseball, which is not my game. Had a bad year. My game is speed. Put the ball on the ground, bunt, healthy legs, and put the pressure on the defensive side. But with that long swing, that's why he is hitting now on the bottom of that line.
But how hard is that to convince hitters to do that nowadays, Jose, with everyone talking about hitting the ball in the air, launch angles, home runs, and not worried about strikeouts?
All I can say is know who you are as a player and as a hitter before you fall into any kind of trend. Launch angles do not benefit everybody.
Ground ball to short. Kozak flipped it to Kinsler, and they'll force out Chirinos for the 3rd out here in the 2nd. We'll hit the bottom of the frame with no score. Want to attend with the 8-game flex plan. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com for more details. No score. Pujols, Ohtani, and Cozart to face Doug Fister. A lot of pitches thrown by Tyler Skaggs through the first 9 batters.
You can see what Steve Solis is talking with Briseño, working with catchers and Tyler Skaggs about what to go out there in certain times, get some quicker outs. 5 pitches per at bat so far for Tyler Skaggs.
Pujols retired on 1 pitch to start the second. Fister has faced 4. He's retired all 4. Here comes Shohei Ohtani. Shohei takes a strike. 0 for 4 yesterday. Had a tough time against the left-handers. Pulls this one down the line. Off the glove of Guzman. Not going to get the out.
Hit well by Ohtani. Talked about Guzman with his long range he has in the arm span. Knocks that one down, but Ohtani getting down the line quickly picks up a base hit.
All right, Mark, absolutely amazing just from this level. Sound of the bat and then the velocity coming off the bat for an infielder. A day like today when you're not going to see the best of depth coming off the bat. And just pretty much it's just impressive. The ball jumps off of his bat.
Yeah, he's got great exit velocity.
Yikes.
For Shohei Ohtani, especially what we saw even the last couple of games where pitchers are pitching him side and he's starting to move his feet a little bit more so. Even that first pitch by Fister he did, but he stayed back on the next one. And you're right, Jose, always in day games for infielders, it's very difficult to see a baseball when it's hit on the line or hard on the ground. The reflection is difficult. You talk about the high sky as far as fly balls, but line drives and ground balls for infielders is not easy either.
Cozart missing several games due to the forearm tightness. Back in there today, serving as the shortstop, 232 average.
And you would figure this would be a good matchup for Cozart when we go back to that talk of launch angles and Fister. There's a lot of fastballs, lower part of the strike zone. He is 4 for 9 against them. It's a 444 batting average for Cozart against Fister.
You know, issue adjusts as a hitter from pitcher and style to style. You got to look to get the barrel out against him as a righty. You can't be so concerned about the other part of the field. Get the barrel out.
Like that?
Just like that.
Because he does pitch inside. It's not overpowering, but he'll throw a lot of pitches inside the right-handed batters.
Then on that, be aware that he'll run that fastball off the plate outside back into that outer third. So in other words, that's your chance to, if you think barrel out, at least your barrel out will mean you'll square the ball and maybe go up the middle, but you got to protect outside. Remember for years when he first came out with the Seattle Mariners, Victor, Mickey Hatcher one time says as the Angels hitting coach, I can't believe this guy splits lefties and righties, all because of one pitch. That time it was that changeup. Mark, you remember that?
Yeah, he always had a good one. Even this season, much better against lefties and righties.
Ohtani was on the move there. He'll head back to first.
So the point with Mickey Hatcher was as a hitting coach, and then I said, well, what are you going to recommend to the lefties? So get up on the plate, move up in the box, crowd the plate, take that pitch away from him.
So Jose, we talk a lot about hitters having a part of the plate, pitchers having a part of the plate. When you approach someone like Fister as a hitter, what are you looking for? What are you trying to establish as far as which part of the plate will be yours in a particular at bat?
Base hit out to right field with Ohtani on the move. He'll have to stop there with Mazzara coming in and charging that ball well.
You think barrel out, that was your best shot. Great piece of hitting all the way there from Zach Cozart. Remember, it all started with a pull swing, extreme pull. Look how nicely he adjusts.
And he continues to have good success against Pfister, now 5 for 10 against him.
And Mark, going back to your question, movement means middle out or down, so I'm going to protect more outer part down than anything else, unless he has a good enough fastball that day where I have to respect it and be aware of it.
2 on, 1 out for Luis Valbuena. Takes a strike. Valbuena came in as a pinch hitter last night in the 10th inning, struck out leading off that frame. Halos in the series 2 for 17 with men in scoring position. That's been an issue for this ball club over the last month. No balls, 2 strikes.
You almost imagine now if Valbuena might see one of those high fastballs right now.
Ohtani at second, Cozart at first base, back-to-back singles.
Good to see Cozart back in there. First at bat since coming back from a few days off. That strain in the arm. Lines win the right center field.
Angels need him to get back to what he was last year. Be a presence offensively, especially against lefties.
Jose, is that you yelling
Yeah, I
at
was going to say
Valbuena?
that's some great sound effect.
It's a good voice right there.
Some pipes. Full count.
Don't think you're on the run here with a left-handed batter. And Shohei at second, although he was on the move with Cozart at the plate.
This is all decided by a manager thinking contact or no contact. High contact guy, strikeout guy, or not.
Runners don't go, and Valbuena fouls it back. Good hack.
Yeah, a lot more confidence that Cozart's going to put into play. Valbuena has the power, but he also has a swing and miss in him. So that's why you don't want to take a shot. You're already a guy who is in scoring position anyhow.
Long conversation at second base. Ohtani and Profar. Throw some Papiamento at him, I guess.
Another foul ball back. Mentioned contact versus the strikeout guy. Valbuena's second on the team with strikeouts of 51 in 146 at-bats.
Here, you could change your perspective just on those couple of swings you see from Valbuena. And changing, perhaps, your approach and having him go.
Off speed, pulled out toward right field. Mazara giving chase, not going to get there. It'll one-hop the fence. Ohtani will come in to score. Cozart's being waved around. He will score. 2-0 Angels on the double by Luis Valbuena.
That was so good to see that baseball stay in the ballpark, but hops over the wall. Only 1 run will score on that one. Valbuena now with 20 RBI on the season, picks up his 3rd double. With that swing of the bat, it's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. Went with a changeup. It was down, but middle part of the plate. And Valbuena lines it into the corner for a 2 RBI double. Now 7 for 14 in his last 4 starts for Luis Valbuena. Early lead.
Briseño at the plate. Catching today with Maldonado getting the day off. But kind of like we talked about with Chirinos, Jose, about speeding up the bat. I think Pfister did Luis a favor there, going off speed in.
I'm right with you.
This is line to center field, and that'll fall in for a base hit. No, it'll be caught by DeShields as he falls down. At the last second, gloves it. Briseño standing at first. He thought he had himself a hit, but the first base umpire,
Mike Socha wants to take a look at it to make sure that didn't hit the outfield grass.
Brian O'Nora, that's his call. He made the call of out.
I'll tell you what, that baseball was hit hard.
That's what Mike Sosha next to me is asking, what's the call?
And he got it.
There he got it.
You won't change anything about that swing. Briseño's really hit the ball well here in this limited time in the major leagues.
It's one of those days, real warm here at field level. We'll have a little extra carry because of that.
You know what? Heads up play by Valbuena there, because you're so tempted on a ball hit like that on the line to take off and try to score, but he hung around second base as DeShields made that play. If that gets by DeShields, I mean, it's a catcher running.
Yes.
But at least there'll be extra bases.
He's going to be able to run for a while. That's a triple. You and I, Victor, that's probably an inside the park home run.
No doubt about it.
Jose, you with us too?
One flap down inside the Parker.
Inside the Parker. I'll tell you what, just quite the moment here. Dino Ebel had some serious traffic in front of him. Tani, Cozart, Fister coming through, backing up a base.
You know, always in great shape. He likes to be able to move and get out of the way.
He was getting some jabs out of the Angels dugout because of that.
3-0 is in there for a strike on Hermosillo. Michael back out in right field. Hermosillo 2 for 8 in the big leagues this year. Full count. 2-0 Angels. We're in the second. Valbuena with a 2 RBI double. Dribbler toward third. Kiner-Falefa is charging it. Barehands it. Off balance throw. And the Guzman's foot's down the base. That's the question. That's a big stretch by the big man.
He's got those long arms.
No argument
and legs.
For Alfredo or Hermosillo.
What a play there to finish off the inning. What a stretch.
Mark, Victor, we talk about keeping your eye on the baseball and on the runners. Dino Ebel, what a moment for him. Watch this as Valbuena lines up ball to right field. All dictated by Ohtani getting in read, not knowing where the right fielder was. Look at Dino. And here comes Fister. And it's all about his runners. Well done. Gets a lot of claps from the Angels dugout.
I was waiting for him to touch home plate himself on that one.
2-0 Halos, top of the order for Texas here in the third. Chu, Kiner-Falefa, and Mazzara. In case you were wondering, Mike Sosha had Andrew Bailey, the guys, take a look at the play at first base and opted not to challenge it. Guzman kept the foot on the base. Chu takes a strike to even a count at 1-1.
That's almost like a lost art or say ability, Victor.
But the stretch?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody stretches anymore.
Ooh.
It's also one of those things where there are times where the footwork is different. This one's a fair ball past Pujols. Chu on his way to second. He was in there with a leadoff double.
So right down the line, right by Albert Pujols. Ends up being a double for Chu. His 11th. Sorry, that was double by Chu. That's his 12th of the season, coming in with 11 doubles.
It was easily noticeable for me being down here in the day game is reaction time from the infielders much slower than when I've done night games down here.
You know, it didn't look like Albert really saw that real well off the bat.
Exactly. Yep. So a lot of times, even during spring training with so many day games, infielders will tell you about, yes, there's also what's called a timing when it comes down to seeing the ball first step, crossover or not, and it gets a little more difficult because all those games are played during the day.
And it's not so much the day part of it, it's the fact that with the crowds, the backdrop becomes a little bit more apparent, a little bit more glare.
Bright shirts.
Yeah, tough to pick up the ball. Two balls and a strike. I said it the other day when we were in Detroit, for whatever reason in that ballpark, especially during the day, for me it's hard to follow the baseball. I don't know if it's because of the skyline backdrop. As the ball goes up in the air, I can only imagine what a fielder must feel like. Less than 100 feet away from the guy that's swinging the bat.
A lot of times that glare is even accentuated more by the warning track and its material. I recall Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Remember that? It was white, pretty much.
Three-one pitch and a walk. It seems like Tyler trying to nibble a little bit here against Connor Falefa. Now he's got 2 on with Mazara coming up. Second walk issued by Skaggs.
Skaggs had 6 double plays turned behind him this season. Could use one now.
That is one department the Angels have been outstanding at all around and where they rank in baseball. Double plays.
Mazara's rolled into 8 of them himself this season. Much better batting average on the road than at home, which you would think is the opposite, playing in that ballpark.
Mazara had a prolonged at bat in the first inning and resulted in a fly ball to center. So he's 0 for 1.
Got beat by that fastball up and in. But he's looking breaking ball. Let's see what happens here with different circumstances and some traffic on the bases.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I think generally, though, when you think about pitchers with runners in scoring position, you generally fall into that mindset of breaking ball. Your best chance to get a swing and miss. I always felt, though, a fastball located well was better because you can get a ground ball and add an infielder and get 2 outs with that one pitch.
If you're an Angels catcher, be ready because that is one department the Angels are at an extreme this season. Balls in the dirt by the staff.
Halos with 36 wild pitches this year. Their opponents at 29. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a fastball approach there by Mazara, the way he jumped out of the way.
56 pitches. We play here in the 3rd. Nothing easy for Tyler this far. 2 on, nobody out. Double by Chu. Sent his hitting streak to 11 games. It'll walk to Kiner Falefa.
Tyler looking to pick up his first win at home this season, trying to even up his record.
It's a good location to the foul ball and pretty much resembles the first inning. Fastball.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. We showed that the first game of the series where he's actually better on secondary pitches than he is on fastballs.
I recall one lefty of the Angels he loved to face, Hector Santiago.
Now of the White Sox. 2-2. Not back.
But Skaggs has really made a pretty good adjustment on left-handed batters this season than he has in the past. Mentioned his 156 this season though, but in the past 318, 267. So it's progressively gotten better for him against lefties, which it should be the case with his stuff that he has.
To me, it has nothing to do with sample size. It's the fact that he's more effective. I used to hear that argument on the other side saying, well, it's because he doesn't face that many lefties, so he doesn't have an idea. Well, still, it does work, and this payoff, it shows something on what has improved and his performance and his staff.
So quite a few pitches already in this game. His next pitch will be pitch number 60.
Another 2-2. Another foul.
It's a firm fastball Skaggs has thrown him also. 94 consistently throughout this bat.
Mazara wants to hit a fastball this AB. And it's come down to him getting him to chase something hard or soft. Your catcher can play a role here as to what he does to maybe decoy the batter in what he does with the glove.
Full count.
A lot of batters they hear the sound of the glove hitting the dirt and they'll look, well, he wouldn't do that if it was a fastball, but that's being used also as a decoy.
Huge pitch. Huge pitch right now, especially with Beltre on deck.
Three-two. Tied him up with a fastball. Took him 10 pitches to get the out, but it's the first out here of the third.
It's similar to the pitch he got by him earlier. Again, go back to that fastball four-seamer. Off the plate in. Mentioned 260 batting average versus fastballs this season coming into the series. 290 versus secondary pitches. Got that fastball by him because it was located well.
Victor, that is called conviction. Tyler Skaggs saying he wants it. I know he does. He's looking for it. He's timed me well. Now let me go out there and keep trusting it. Put it in a better spot. Got him again.
Beltre walked in the first. Swings first pitch. Fouls it.
Trying to run that fastball away. 93. First pitch was a changeup.
Two on with one out. 2-0 Angels. Breaks his bat, fouls it off. 1-2.
Tell you what, as far as fastball velocity and average on his fastball, it's one of the best fastballs I've seen from Tyler on a consistent basis. He's 93, 94, even 95 throughout this entire game so far.
Let me tell you, for this level, it's nice and easy. No extra effort required. Ball coming out of his hand very nicely.
Tyler's thrown over 20 pitches in all 3 innings. 65 overall. Out toward right, Hermosillo moving over. Makes the catch. Chu doesn't even bother to tag. A little surprising.
Yeah, because that's a long throw. Hermosillo has a good arm, but he's going back on it. That would have been an incredibly long throw.
He didn't even bother to get back to the base.
See where Hermosillo's got to go to get to this baseball. He's catching going backwards. I think you take a shot at that one and try to advance.
Have to do it. There's going to be a little extra carry, as you can see there, as Hermosillo had to adjust his stride and reach up. Chu, as an outfielder, should have had that information and used it to his advantage.
Always better as a pitcher to have a runner at second as compared to third, because then you still have a chance if you get ahead to bounce and break a ball.
Profar fouls it off. That throw as a right fielder is really going to second base anyway.
Yeah.
That's your, because you're making the second, or you're catching the second out.
And you want to keep that
the
force out.
out, right? Now, if it's a little one of those fly balls that he's got to come in toward the infield on, then I get the reason for not going. Profar fly ball to center field to end the first inning. 1-1.
After so many years, Victor, expectations, Baseball America, #1, can't miss kind of guy, and the way he broke into the scene with a home run, first AB in Cleveland years ago. But his teammates tell me there's the loosest they have ever seen Profar in a baseball uniform.
Well, he's finally getting playing time.
And he's healthy.
Yep. 1-2.
In fact, Anderson Simmons, who knows him very well, obviously, says, my advice to him was enjoy the game. Once you get healthy, go out there and play, and don't play with getting hurt in mind, which of course becomes a detriment. Go out there and play loose and trust your skills. Still young.
One-two. Out toward left field. Upton is there. Squeezes it. Tyler Skaggs allowed the first 2 base runners to reach, but then retires the next 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Angels still lead it.
Any Jerome's location. Perfect, sweet. Good view. How you doing? What's going on? Perfect view. They can almost see us. Give a wave up there, Victor.
Yeah.
I tricked all of you. I'm in one of those suites right now.
Yeah.
Forget the
yeah,
field.
you are.
Can't find me.
What SPF are you wearing today down on the field?
My natural DR one.
SPF DR.
Love it. Kessler, Trout, Upton here in the third. He had jammed in the first inning, popped down to Odor. 0 for 1. Fister giving up 3 straight hits in the second. 2 balls, 1 strike.
After a long inning like that for Tyler Skaggs, he'd love to see the offense be out there for a while swinging the bat against Fister. Although these days for me as a pitcher, these are perfect days. You stay loose. You don't have to throw as many pitches warming up down in the bullpen before you get in the game. Hosey.
Good. It's all good, brother.
Hey, no offense, Hosey, but forget about you. How about Trout? That almost hit Trouty.
Trouty. Trout doesn't count, man.
He moves over.
He's trying to help out of those defensive metrics again.
Almost hit Dwayne, our cameraman. Out toward left. Moving back on his Shin-Soo Choo. He's got some carry. He'll stay in the yard, though. 1 out.
With Mike Trout coming to play, let's take a look at our tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. We talk about his power and everything else, but Trout's ability to perfect that swim slide to prevent tags. He did it in Boston, at home against Toronto with Donaldson at third, and then last night on the pickoff by Cole Hamels. Profar thought he had him out, but he swim move, avoids a tag. The invisible man, Mike Trout, does it all. And for a guy that big and strong, it's amazing to have that kind of body control to be able to avoid tags.
Victor, that is one of the most embarrassing things for any kind of fielder to go through.
I can only imagine.
Here's what I was taught by Rob Pichelos, rest in peace. Perry Hill, throw your body at him. Can't go anywhere. You have the baseball, right?
Yep.
Jose,
you're busy.
Trouty. That was payback.
You trying to make that last play for that perfect game and for the love of the game again over there, Jose?
If I don't have a glove, there's no chance. As you saw there.
Broken bat, roller toward third. 2 down.
Well, like we said, as far as go-tos against Fister, lay off those inside pitches. He's been pretty effective jamming right-handed batters with that fastball in, even though it's not mid-90s. Actually, when you look at his average fastball, it's one of the lowest in Major League Baseball, but he still has that good movement and he pitches inside well. 88.4 miles per hour as far as fastball velocity. That's the 5th lowest in the big leagues.
Upton hit one sharply to Profar in the first. Nice diving stop for him, but nothing to show for it. 0 for 1. Popped him up. Guzman to deal with that sunshine. Angels down in order. 3 complete here at the Big A. Halos on top 2-0. This will take home a stylish distressed visor courtesy of Bedrosian Tile and Stone while supplies last. For more information, go to angels.com.
I can't wait to style that night.
Odor, Chirinos, and Guzman here against Tyler Skaggs. Bunt, and Tyler's got it. One down. We'll take that final if you're Tyler. One pitch, one out.
But it's not a bad idea for Odor. If he gets it by Skaggs, that's going to end up being a hit. Pretty good play by Skaggs, especially as a left-handed pitcher. You have a tendency to fall towards third base side as they able to recover quickly and get Odor on one pitch.
We're talking about body control with Mike Trout and the slides, but that's serious body control there for a guy like Skaggs. He's been making a lot of pitches and falling, as you mentioned, to the third base side, quickly adjusting.
Chirinos had a base hit in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes.
One pitch he hasn't had as good a feel for this afternoon seems to be his changeup, at least on a consistent basis. What are you seeing from down there, Jose, as far as his changeup release?
Same thing, and for me, that's just okay. He's fine the way he is. And the one thing that, I mean, you obviously were a pitcher, Mark. You got to be careful not to tinker when you're still getting the results. At some point, maybe one pitch, one foul ball, one changeup that you throw, you'll find it.
I'm not sure where that 2-0 pitch was at because it was all over the strike zone, not called. It becomes a 4-pitch walk. Third, free pass issued by Skaggs.
Yeah, certainly you don't want to do that, especially after getting a quick one pitch out. As you try to keep pitching well, putting up some zeros, but also give you a chance to pitch deeper into the game. Been pretty effective with that fastball, upper part of the strike zone in against left-handed batters so far this afternoon.
Oh, 2. Guzman struck out in the second.
And that, remember, that was on the 2-strike breakable out of the strike zone. Talked about what he was able to do. Guzman last night on an 0-2 pitch on a fastball, got a base hit, struck out on an 0-2 breaking ball in the dirt. Imagine you got to go right back to a breaking ball.
Yes, he did. He went around. Chirinos trying to go to second base for whatever reason. That's a strike him out throw. Now, what a gift. That's some bad base running right there. And the Angels will take it as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Halo still on top.
of a Carl's cam replay, looking for home run number 600 of his career against Irvin Santana. Goes down against a slider grand slam righty for Albert, number 600 of his career a year ago today. That was an unbelievable moment, Jose. Tell you what, it was fantastic. Victor with a great call on that one.
You guys had the call. You guys had the reaction in the booth. It was outstanding. Priceless.
Tell you what, the anticipation of that happening, and then all of a sudden, especially after Irvin threw him some pretty good sliders the previous at bat, that was a lot of fun.
And that it happened here at home.
Pulled foul. Albert grounded out his first time up. That was leading off the second.
See from Albert still having a hard time picking up the baseball off of Doug Pfister's hand.
Doesn't have great career numbers against him, so it backs it up. 4 for 22.
First strikeout of the afternoon for Pfister. Pujols waving at that breaking ball. And we'll bring up Shohei. Pfister at 57 pitches. Got extended a little bit in the second inning when the Angels had 3 consecutive hits. Ohtani started it with the infield base hit off the glove of Guzman.
See, back inside again. And he's starting to move his feet a little bit, Jose. You can see from that angle where you're at, starting to move his feet on that pitch inside.
Starts leaning back on his heels a little bit. Takes his balance off.
And that creates that opening on the outer part of the plate, even though that pitch was off the plate.
1-2. Fouled off.
It's amazing the reaction, even on a foul ball, the fans going crazy every time Shohei Ohtani makes contact.
We should see what happens when he walks to the on-deck circle behind me. The camera's coming out. Everybody gets up.
Just got a piece of it. Keeps his at bat alive. Two runs for the Angels came in the second. A double by Valbuena.
Nice veteran move, Mark. You'd appreciate that. Pfister called the umpire, say something just to give his catcher a little extra time on that one.
Yeah, because that way you get that borderline pitch called your way. That is a veteran move.
Lifts it out toward left center field to Shields. Calling for it. 2 down. 7 straight retired by Pfister since the double by Luis.
That's what we're talking about there, Victor. This balance, heels, feet moving, all sent by the way Pfister pitched Ohtani. Not able to square that ball up.
He will get to hit one more game tomorrow. He is scheduled to pitch on Wednesday, penciled in, depending on how that gorilla bullpen. Can we move off that term now, because it's not really a gorilla bullpen? Kozar grounds out. The Angels are down in order here in the 4th. 4 complete. 2-0 Angels.
Toyota as far as the arm angle, try to keep the same exact from the fastball on the left as compared to the curveball on the right. You see a little bit of a bend in the elbow on the fastball, a little bit straighter when you're going to try to do that with a curveball, a little bit lower. It's still very difficult for hitters to be able to track that. You still see that with the elbow a little difference and the height of that pitch from the curveball, fastball. So far, been pretty solid as far as keeping the hitters off balance and not be able to read the difference between his curve and his fastball. 4 strikeouts in 4 innings, 3 walks, 3 hits allowed for Skaggs.
And as minor as that may be, just visually, hitters can pick that up sometimes.
In a heartbeat, Victor.
Yeah, and it's enough
Quickly
to be able to determine what's coming. 9-1-2 as DeShields drifts one out toward left center field, hit well. Trout got a good jump on it at the wall, will track it down as he bangs into the Yokohama side. And you don't want to see that.
Looked like he banged the knee. I'll tell you what, he covered a ton of ground on that one. And there is padding there, but sometimes that padding, there's some metal rods around there to keep that intact. Sometimes as an outfielder, you'll run in that. He's on the full speed and right into the wall for Trout. Kept his eye, his head was still, eyes were still, knowing he's going to make contact with that wall. Great play by Trout. Jose, you talked about it in spring training with him, how he was going to try to improve on the defensive side, and he certainly has, even from spring training till now.
It was something very simple too, though. He goes, I needed to start with Dino Ebel told me to start. Batting practice, first step, just follow the ball. Foul balls, ground balls, just get a glimpse, quick step, and that will create your direction. Even though what he did so well there in that ball reacting is he waited to see in which way the ball was going to take him before he took off.
Good fastball there. So far in this game, he's faced 19 batters for Skaggs, 14 first pitch strikes. Try to get him a chase an elevated fastball. Not a bad idea.
That's out toward deep right field. Hermosillo racing back, not going to get there. One hops the fence. Chu in a second with his second double.
This breaking ball inner half of the plate, though, allowed him to adjust on that one and bring his hands in. Talked about him on day one as far as letting the baseball travel a little bit more. So you see he was fooled initially by the speed of the pitch, but the location of the pitch allowed him to still get the barrel of the bat on that one, and one hops the wall in right center field. 2 doubles in the game, 13 on the season for Chu.
Connor Falefa takes a breaking ball upstairs.
Victor, we're talking about some of those simple things hitters can pick up. Also, keep in mind distance, separation between your ear and the baseball. If there's a slight difference, they will pick that up.
That's another pretty good fastball there, not called a strike for Skaggs and Brasinho. All over that lower part of the strike zone, not called. A pitch you want and need. That arm side fastball for Skaggs. It's not a good sign, really, when you think of this thing. 2 baseballs hit pretty hard against Skaggs. See if he can recover here.
Two-one. Held back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 88 pitches for Tyler. We're in the 5th with 1 out, 1 on.
And even going back to that breaking ball that Chu, that's not a breaking ball you want to throw for a strike. A 2-2 count, you still have a chance to get Chu to chase, especially because you went a fastball to pitch before upstairs. He's all in these last couple of fastballs.
They're so close to the eyes. That's why the hard contact, the trout play, and also the chew double, the elevation. His best location here is eye level down.
2-2. Off the plate, full count.
Trying to backdoor that curveball. Are you seeing anything different down there, Jose, as far as release from his curveballs compared to his fastball?
If anything, his body, speed, tempo perhaps is a little different this inning.
Mazar on deck.
You see the way Skaggs is walking around now. He's been out there a long time. Many pitches. In situations where he's had to make and fight for good pitches.
Another payoff. And called strike 3. Borderline pitch. Kind of left like it's rung up. 2 outs.
It looked like it was a high changeup.
Well, Mark, you were talking about it. One changeup, that's all it's going to take.
Especially after some pretty good hacks in a high fastball. And you're talking about a differential of 8 miles per hour. And he gets the call in that upper part of the strike zone. It did touch it. Changeup, quality pitch. Especially after a couple good hacks against you on a high fastball.
2 outs and a man in scoring position. Mazar, a fly ball to center to strikeout.
It is the key guy here. After many pitches he has seen.
16 total pitches. Those 2 at bats. Good breaking ball, 0-2. Man, that guy's got some pipes. You got to find that guy.
Trying to find him. Filters right through.
One thing to keep in mind, Skaggs, in his career, 177 batting average with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Outstanding numbers.
I would have Cozart shade just a little more towards right here because of Mazara's approach here against lefties in this situation.
Well, with the fastball. Hey, nice catch over there. Barehanded grab at the last second.
.95 pitches thrown for Skaggs. And a quick 4th inning. Back to another high total here in the 5th, trying to finish off, keep that 2-0 lead. Good block.
Yep.
It's one thing Briseño continues to work on his defense. We know he can swing the bat well.
He came over from the Brave system. Mike Socha's first comment was, let's soften up the way you receive when balls hit the dirt.
One, two. Got him. Locked him up. Jelly leg that right foot. And that's all for Nomar Mazara. That double stranded in scoring position. Angels still up 2-0.
Save thousands when you buy or sell your home. Go to purplebricks.com.
Valbuena leading things off with the Angels up 2-0. 8 straight retired by Doug Fister. He'll face the bottom third of the orders. Fister likes to move quickly. And Valbuena backs out.
It's always a good move just to throw him off his timing.
Double by Valbuena in the second inning, his third of the year. RBIs 19 and 20. Lifted out toward left. Shin Soo Choo dealing with that sunshine, will squeeze it for the first out.
Mark, I want to point out, right after that ball was hit, Fister looks at his catcher, Chirinos, just to say location-wise, where was it? Was it where you wanted to? Let's talk about a little bit of the feedback you can get from somebody, even when you're locating a pitch, you miss, or perhaps you find something out with that swing.
Yeah, he's seeing exactly what we talked about as far as the looking at the feet of the batter and where to locate. And sometimes you, when you're on the mound, you feel you should hit a spot yourself, but the catcher has seen the batters throughout this entire game, and what he feels he's not seeing well. That's where that trust comes into play with your catcher.
Ball and a strike on Briseño, who lined down to center field the second. A nice play by Shields.
Victor, if you watch Briseño when he came into camp last year, his hands are so stiff. Everything is so muscular. And Angel said, this season, let's try to flatten that bat out. Relax a little bit.
That's upset. Why he had a good pitch to drive there.
He was late on it. Veteran pitcher beat him. And not necessarily with velocity, but just look at the way he stands. It starts with a bat flatter.
Beat him again. Ran now in on the hands. 2 outs.
And that was 88 miles an hour.
Talked about that as far as staying away from is that pitch inside. He's been very effective with that pitch inside. Again, it's not 99 miles an hour, but it's 88 with movement, and it's right at the belt or above, and it's getting right on that handle of the bat. He's got a lot of trust in that pitch that if he misses, it's going to be well off the plate in. Back inside again, this time for a strike.
This is a fantastic opportunity for young Hermosillo.
Grounded out, little chopper. So kind of for left of the third baseman to charge it. A nice play on Michael. One ball, 2 strikes.
Well, not the way you want to see Cole Calhoun take a mental break, but certainly we hope that it's not too long before he's on the field again producing, but I want to see him get healthy.
Yeah, the importance for Cole Calhoun to be productive with this team, especially give better balance as far as left-handed bats in the lineup with all the right-handed bats.
This one toward the middle. Odor is there. Hermosillo almost likes that out though. A 1-2-3, fifth inning for Doug Fister. We head to the sixth inning. Looks like Tyler Skaggs coming back out, still up 2-0. Top of the sixth inning, Angels up by the score of 2-0. Luis Valbuena double. That occurred in the second inning. The only scoring thus far in the game. Tyler Skaggs will at least start the sixth inning. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 4 hits allowed. The last couple of innings, 2 innings. The last 3 anyways. He's left a man in scoring position as Jim Johnson's warming up now. Beltre, Profar, and Odor. One ball with strike.
Change up there from Skaggs.
And Beltre himself, because of the couple of absences he's had on the disabled list, fighting through timing issues.
Ground ball to second.
That's a great pitch. He had a change up. You followed it with that arm side fastball, get a ground ball out. Especially a dangerous hitter, regardless of his timing there or not. He's got great career numbers, especially power-wise, against the Angels. Arm side fastball, perfect spot. Towards the end of the bat, took the sting out of it.
It's the pitch that he has not been able to command with consistency and/or have guys chase it and have swings like that.
But sometimes he just doesn't realize how easy he can get some outs with that pitch, because he does ride that fastball upstairs very well. But you're going to get some foul balls, and you're going to get swing and misses on high fastballs. It's tough to get quick outs on a high pitch.
And keep in mind, velocity has a lot to do with it. At 90, 91, he's going to get more tailing action where that ball appears to be just in the outer half and spill out. The same pitch at 93, 94 is not going to leak out of the zone and get some weak contact.
Bouncer toward third. Valbuena's got to come in on it. 2 down.
He does have a good throwing arm over at third base, Valbuena. And Jose's, I'm sure he mentioned you a few times. He said that's the position he likes to play in most in the infield, is that third base position, because he can show off that arm strength he has from that spot.
his versatility has been more than a plus for the Angels. Guy that came up originally as a second baseman, shortstop. Yeah, third base is where you settle the best.
Already a fan favorite again here for Odor at the plate.
Oh for 2. He struck out on the second, tried to bunt his way onto the fourth.
It's amazing with his size. Look at the size of that bat. Talking 35, 36.
Pretty good pitch. And a lot of times you do use a big bat like that, Jose, is to be able to hit home runs, but when your batting average has been hovering around that low 200 mark, do you think you ever make that adjustment and go with a smaller bat at some point?
Nah, he's thinking 30, which he's done before.
Yanked foul. 1-2.
Gooby, I wish he was thinking the other way. Get a stroke back. But when you got 30 in the books a couple of times in your career, that is all you're thinking about, and that's why he got the long-term deal.
Hasn't really worked out well for him since then, though. Average of 200, on base percentage in the 200s. This one's lifted out toward right center. I guess he did get paid, however. Tyler Skaggs, if that's his last inning, a nice one. A 1-2-3 frame. His first of the afternoon. 2-0 Angels. We get to the bottom of the 6th.
How well Tyler has pitched, especially when you need to make that perfect pitch, that breaker ball, swing and miss. Again, against the lefty, staying back well, and he's able to run the fastball, consistently 94, 95 today. The feel for his breaker ball and his changeup as game progressed. It became very important for him. 6 strikeouts and 6 shutout innings for Tyler Skaggs. And Jose, from that angle you were at this whole afternoon watching Tyler threw the baseball, pretty balanced over that pitching rubber.
Yes, I love the use of the slope, just naturally falling over the front leg and making sure every single time the arm velocity, arm speed, as Shohei likes to say, it all stayed the same and it looks the same to the batter in the batter's box.
Top of the order for the Angels against Doug Fister, who's thrown 81 pitches so far. Kessler takes a strike.
I'm sure Tyler Skaggs would like to see some more runs put up by the offense here in this half inning.
Ian, a pop up to second, a fly ball to left. He'll pop this one up. Right side of the infield. Guzman in. One down.
Let's take a look at our Kia drive to success with Mike Trout coming to the plate, ready for a red hot June. He has throughout his career in the month of June. 353 batting average in this month. That's the highest by any active player in any particular month. Highest by any Angel in a month ever. He was also the player of the month back in 2014 in the month of June.
Pulled foul.
And we were looking up those numbers yesterday in the truck with all the great guys we have in there. We're trying to figure that out. I mean, every month seems to be a pretty good month for Trout, but when you look at his month in June, outstanding numbers. 353 batting average career-wise.
Now, putting it on the pregame show, it's interesting that that's the month in which he's hit his fewest home runs, just 27. But everything else, whether it's on base percentage, slugging, OPS, all his best month. Two-one pitch. Lays off.
And still so patient. Jose, he very rarely swings at anything that's not in the strike zone.
You talk about his physical talents, abilities, but this guy mentally is unbelievable.
Boy, Fisher's did a nice job against him today, running that fastball in.
No, Victor, I'm asked Trout about that. You know, month of June, why is it? Why is a characteristic that comes through when he goes well? I think, if anything, it is simple words and expressions. Is because at that time, he has a little more information as to how he's being approached from the guys on the mound. Team's going through it the second time. More information passed along from the hitting coaches as to perhaps what he didn't do right the first month or so. But I think it's all collective adjustment on things and information that he's able to apply so simply.
He's just a freak of nature.
Oh, he is.
At the end of the day, I mean, that's what it boils down to. Try to break anything down. He is hands down the best player in the game. Year in and year out, as Upton shoots one out toward deep right field's got a chance to carry, and it will. Big fly for Justin Upton. 3-0 Angels.
That's what we want to see for quite some time for Justin Upton. Let that baseball get a little bit deeper and hit that ball to right center field. He's got great power that way. 12th home run of the season now, 36 RBI. A little bit of a spinner, slider, stays back on a well. Real good balance on that swing. And hits that one out to right center field.
First home run for Upton since May 15th. 36th run batted in. Albert 0 for 2.
It's a pretty good example. Good example there, Victor. Pardon me, and getting your hands to the plane of the baseball.
It's a home run that he last hit on May 15th and got hit by the Rays on May 17th. 2-1. Yanks foul.
And going back to my Hyundai key for this game, right on cue with that swing from Justin Upton. Come sail away. Talk about that carry during the day, the other way for the home run for Upton.
Popped him up. Guzman calling for it, and he'll make the catch. There's Pujols 0 for 3. The Angels add a run here in the 6th inning on the Upton home run. We'll head to the 7th. The Angels on top 3-0.
See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., take your mouth to Memphis. The call of Carl's.
Halos up by the score of 3-0 as we start the 7th inning. Tyler Skaggs done after 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and Mike Scioscia hands the ball off to Jim Johnson. Johnson on the season, 2-2 with a 3.99 ERA. This will be his 29th appearance. 26 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 29 plus innings. And he's going to get the bottom third of the order for Texas. Good finish too for Tyler in that he retired the sign in order.
And that's the one thing you remember as a pitcher, your last inning, and that was an excellent inning for Skaggs. It's a 10-pitch inning.
Robinson Chirino's been on board twice with a single and a walk. One. 2-1. That's a pretty good pitch. That's all over the strike zone.
That's a perfect pitch.
That used to be called a good pitcher's pitch.
That's one of those pitches that a hitter's not going to say it's a good pitch. That's for sure. That's a perfect spot. That got all over the strike zone.
2-2. Down goes Chirinos. That was by him. We were talking about earlier about speeding up someone's bat. That looked like a guy's hitting 200. Unable to catch up to that.
Especially because he had that curveball right on that exact same plane. Fouled it up with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Life, and had no chance at making contact. If he does, that's hit right into the Rangers dugout.
Savvy old veteran with his own approach.
One ball, one strike. Guzman has struck out twice. Ground ball toward first. Backhanded by Albert. 2 down.
He's always said it, Victor. If I'm not getting hits, somebody out there is going to be robbed by me playing first base, which I cannot do as a DH, actually.
I'll tell you what, he's always in real good position. The way he approaches every single at bat, as far as on the defensive side, how he's able to move from left to right. Mentioned those legs healthy this year, able to move much better. 35th start at first base.
Albert's got some hands, man. A couple of gold gloves, too.
And Norris in his last 17 starts at first.
DeShields 0 for 2. Last time up, drove one to the alley. Into the warning track in left center field. Was tracked down by Trout.
Tell you what, Trout went a long way on that baseball that DeShields hit to left center field to run that one down.
And a 2-out walk puts the speedy DeShields on base, and Chu will come to the plate.
And going back to that play that Trout made against the Shields. How far he had to go, and this baseball was hit on the line. He had to travel and cover 104 feet. Catch probability just at 19% for Trout.
Chu a couple of doubles, 2 for 3. Good lead for DeShields at first. Ball and a strike.
Good off-speed pitch.
Victor, you have base runners, guys that can steal bases and you're on your team. Would you not give him a hand protector like this one to gain a couple of inches sliding in?
Yeah.
Why not?
For sure.
It's part of your uniform.
This one has the thumb exposed, though. Doesn't Trout's covers the whole hand, right?
It's covered, yep.
Yeah.
It does give you a little edge there. Sliding.
Down goes Chu. Nice hitting by Jim Johnson. Stretch side here at the Big A. Halos up 3-0.
Baseball.
Nice job, Tyler Skaggs on the mound. Angels leading 3-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, but also Doug Fister able to work inside effectively, change speeds and also quick pitch a few guys. A lot of outs, soft contacts in and out of the zone, especially on the righties. Right off the plate, able to go out there and have them guessing outside, and certainly had a nice rhythm all the way around, in and out of that box.
No doubt about it. He went 6 innings and just allowed the 4 hits, including the home run, 3 runs, as Alex Claudio takes over on the mound. You want movement and pitching in on the hands, well, that's Doug Fister. If you want slow, slower, and slowest, it's Alex Claudio. 28th game at a 3.95 ERA. Halos will have Ohtani, Cozart, and Valbuena due up here. The Angels after the 7th.
If there's a guy in which you want to have your feet set for Ohtani, is Claudio. Just watch the ball come in.
Shohei 1 for 2.
So far, he's done a pretty good job of staying inside on that baseball, especially from that arm angle.
Slow breaking ball gets him. And you can see Ohtani backpedaling out of the box on that breaking ball. 1 down.
Victor, you're right on the money. As your feet move, this pitch is going to move more. You're not going to get a good look at it. Everything's going backwards.
Yeah, you can just see, if you freeze that as a pitcher, he's on his heels there.
And you're at the mercy of the home plate umpire at that point.
Cozart back to the lineup, starting shortstop today. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the 2nd. Ground out in the 4th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Angels have Noe Ramirez getting ready. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Texas. Towards short. 2 down.
For the most part, though, Fister threw the ball very well for Texas. Really, to see that home run to Upton, just 4 hits allowed in 6 innings. Kept him in the game just like last night with Cole Hamels.
Let's compare Valbuena's feet, if they are more settled than Shohei's here in this at-bat.
Bounce, fair ball, stayed inside the bag. Angels are down in order here in the 7th. We're off to the 8th inning with the Angels leading at 3-0.
nice inning by James Johnson. A nice performance by Tyler Skaggs. We're going to break it all down for you as Ken French, Alex Curry all contribute to the post-game Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers after this game, and hopefully a nice job also from the Angels bullpen all the way around from here on.
Thanks, Jose. Good job down there today, dealing with that warmth. Good perspective, especially on some of the, especially the arm angles for Tyler Skaggs today. It was really good job, Jose.
In the top of the 8th inning, Noe on to relief, 29th game, 3.34 ERA. He'll get Connor Falefa, Mazzara, and Beltre, 2, 3, and 4. Connor Falefa 1 for 2 with a single, walk, and a strikeout. Good breaking ball. Jim Johnson, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Two Angels starting pitchers in this series. Total of 1 unearned run.
Outstanding once again. It's carried over from the month of May into June here.
Left fouls it back. Nick Tropiano will take his turn tomorrow. Royals in town for 3-game set, 3-night games. And the Angels will depart after the game on Wednesday and head to Minneapolis for the off day. Long roadie, 3 in Minnesota, 3 in Seattle, and 3 in Oakland. Actually 2 off days on the road because there's a Thursday off day in the Bay Area. Two balls, 2 strikes. The kind of Falefa really does a nice job at the plate. Kind of good plan of attack.
Real good in anything elevated.
Fun player to watch. Full count.
Although the changeup that Skaggs threw him after a couple really good swings on 92, 93 mile-an-hour fastballs was a perfect one.
3-2, and he went around. Could not hold up, and that pitch sailed in on him. 1 out.
And not exactly where Noe wanted to throw it, but it ended up being effective. Got around on that slider that spins up, backed up on him, and gets a swing and miss.
One ball, no strikes on Mazzara. Hitless today. Fly ball out, 2 strikeouts. No runs, 4 hits, 7 left on for Texas. 3 runs, 4 hits. 1 man left on base for the Angels. That's out toward deep right field. Hermosillo moving back at the wall, and that is gone. A home run for Nomar Mazzara. The Rangers are on the board. It's 3-1 Angels.
Talk about that carry during the day. Had some long at bats against Skaggs, but Skaggs did a nice job against him. Punched him out twice. This time stays back. That fastball, you could see by the reaction by Noe Ramirez, he didn't locate it well. Mazzara was able to turn on that one. Hit went out the right field. His 14th home run. Remember, he had 10 home runs in the month of May.
Adrian Beltre 0 for 2 with the walk. Danger, Will Robinson on that pitch. Hanging breaking ball. Home run by Mazzara, the second allowed by Ramirez this year. Two and one. Popped him up. Pujols drifting into foul territory. 2 down.
Enough running action there to be able to jam him in the inner half of the plate, elevate it.
Profar spins around to hit from the left side. 0 for 3. Chris Martin.
The other,
Yeah, not
Chris
a pole
Martin.
play.
friends of Shohei Ohtani.
One ball would strike. Martin's not loosening with any sense of urgency, like he's going to come into the bottom of the 8th. Angels will have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Popped up. Briseño with the mask off. Here comes Luis Valbuena. Briseño calling for it, makes the catch. And that'll do it for Texas. They do get on the board of the Mazzara home run. It's 3-1 Angels as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Just take a behind-the-scenes tour and enjoy a barbecue picnic buffet in the Lexus Diamond Club. For more information on how to purchase those tickets, go to angels.com/Father's Day. Angels will be in Oakland on Father's Day, the next road trip. Claudio back out on the bump. Briseño, Hermosillo, and Kinsler. So Odor far to his left has it. And Jose is retired. He's 0 for 3. 1 out.
couple good defensive plays made against him to prevent him from picking up a couple hits today.
And we'll see a couple of ground outs. Ground ball to third.
Well, he'd get down that line quickly.
Was it a high school football prospect for no reason at all as a running back?
He was a blocking back then, right?
Yeah. Kinsler 0 for 3. Halos have Justin Anderson getting ready. There's the rookie. Odor, Chirinos, Guzman, due up, dribbler. With third, Connor Falefo. Quick transfer, the Angels down in order. We're off to the 9th inning. The Angels leading at 3-1. Sure your favorite Angels are represented on this year's squad by voting at angels.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. Justin Anderson on in relief here in the 9th inning, trying to close it out for the Angels. Halos up 3-1. Anderson 1-1 with a 3.06 ERA. 18th game, has one save under his belt. He pitched last night. Walked the first batter, then retired the next 3.
Yeah, he's got that good fastball. You're talking 96 to 99 consistently. And his breakable, he changed his speed with that one very well. His slider.
Rugden Odor to lead things off. Then Robinson Chirinos and Ronald Guzman, the first baseman. Making ball for a strike. Same part of the order that Anderson faced last night. As a matter of fact, Odor was the man he walked to start the 8th inning. Or his portion of the 8th inning. 1-1. Late on the fastball, 1-2. Two balls, two strikes. Time called. Popped him up. Valbuena underneath it. One down.
The all-important first out.
Chirinos, a single walk and a strikeout, putting him at 1 for 2. One-0 pitch. That's a strike, even though it clanks off the glove of Briseño.
That was a real good breaking ball. Now you can expand with the breaking ball during this at bat because you've proven you can throw it for a strike. There it was right there. Nasty.
Just got a piece of it. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. One-two. Down goes Chirinos. 2 outs.
Again, that all-important slider to throw for a strike and then expand the strike zone. Good late break to that one. Between curve and slider here for Anderson.
Ronald Guzman, the first baseman, up. Fastball up and away. 2-0. Two quick outs to start the ninth. Anderson trying to close it out for Tyler Skaggs. 6 innings. No runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts. Tyler looking to even up his mark at 4-4. Anderson's 2-0. Breaking ball 3-0.
It's one of those moments too on a 2-0 count. Even though you could throw your breaking ball for strike, you're better off trying the fastball.
Joey Gallo's come out to the on deck circle. 3-1.
That's why you want to go after him right now.
Gallo would be batting in DeShields' spot, number 9 spot. Three-one pitch. 3-2.
Challenge him. That's what you want to do. Right down the heart of the plate, but still a little bit late on 98.
Justin's ready to go. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Foul back, big rip by Guzman.
It's all right. That's you want to challenge him. Force him to swing that bat to get on base. Although now you would think after that swing, if you're comfortable, you can go break a ball.
Payoff pitch. Foul off. Way out in front.
Did go slider. Wow, bounced all the way up to the second deck. I think he has a chance to get him to chase a break a ball that's not even in the strike zone now.
Let's try this again. Check swing, did he go? No, says C.B. Buckner. A 2-out walk, and it'll bring up the tying run of the power hitting Gallo.
That was pretty close. That was a pretty good take if he was able to hold up on that swing. Let's see from this angle. I think he kept the bat back, but certainly his hands were out there in front.
That to me is a swing, but that doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot.
Thought that swing yesterday on the when Richards was out there in the 8th inning, I thought he went on that one too. It's back-to-back games.
Joey Gallo, a 205 hitter this year. 10 doubles, 15 home runs, 34 runs batted in. He's 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. He represents the tying run. Kinsler's out in shallow right. Kozar toward the middle of the infield. Outfield straight around. Hermosillo deep in right. Pujols playing behind. Guzman at first. The first one. Fastball. This is low at 97. That was by him at 98.
Especially that part of the strike zone.
1-2. So we'll try this again. The Angels 1 strike away of locking this one down. 21 pitches so far for Justin Anderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Guzman over at first. 3-1 Angels. And now the 1-2. Tried to get her chase upstairs. 2-2.
Pretty good idea, though, for Justin Anderson to try to run that upstairs.
Two. Downstairs. Full count. Guzman will take off with this pitch. Another left-handed batter, Shin-Soo Choo on deck. There goes Guzman, 3-2, and that is ball 4. That's all over the strike zone.
That's all over the strike zone.
And that's right in the heart of the strike zone at 98.
That is almost middle part of the plate.
So back-to-back walks with 2 outs, a tying run at first now.
I mean, that pitch is right in the plate, not on a corner. Upper part of the strike zone, middle part of the plate.
Choo 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. That pitch misses outside. The check swing by Guzman, you could go either way, but that pitch right there is an absolute strike. One-0. Breaking ball. Tampa Drozian loosening now. Ball under strike. Guzman at second. Gallo at first base. And the 1-1. 2-1. Anderson retired the first 2 batters on a pop up to third, then a strikeout. He's gone to a full count in the last 2 hitters. He's walked both of those. Two. Back to the slider. Two pitch. Full count.
And the runners be on the move now.
Yep, head start.
No doubles. Defense in the outfield playing extremely deep.
Third straight batter, a full count, 3-2. Chu fouls it back, one with the fastball. .30 total pitches thrown by Anderson. Runners take off again, 3-2, and he walked him. So the bases are loaded. And it'll be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Another pretty close pitch also. This one looked like a little bit off the inside corner.
Tochi will pinch run at first for Chu. Long conversation. Bedrosian just looking on to the bullpen, ready to go. Chris Conroy, the home plate umpire, goes out there and breaks up the meeting.
$18 pitches last night for Anderson, 31 this afternoon.
We've got no place to put him. Guzman at third, Gallo the tying run at second, Tochi the pinch runner at first. 3-1 Angels here in the ninth. With 2 outs, Kiner-Falefa 1 for 3. Oh, 1. Looked like he went around. He did. Conroy rings it himself. 0-2. He wants an appeal, but home plate umpire does not have to appeal if he makes the call.
See if he went on this one. Looked like he did from our angle. And he went.
In theory, this game should have been over with the Gallo at bat. Conroy squeezing the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up. Shallow right. Kinsler going out. Hermosillo coming in, and Hermosillo makes a catch. Light that baby up as the Angels take the finale of this 3-game set by the final of 3-1.
Nice bounce back win here today. Tyler Skaggs was outstanding. Justin Anderson picks up his 2nd career save. The Angels with just 4 hits, but got a big home run from Upton and a big swing from Luis Valbuena. Take a look at our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, Tyler Skaggs, 6 scoreless innings. 4-0 this season versus the AL West teams. Gets his first home victory of the season. Now 4-4 on the season for the Halos. But an excellent job there all the way around. Good defense and just enough hitting and some very good pitching as the Angels win this series versus Texas.
Tyler Skaggs picks up the victory. Doug Fister suffers the loss, and Justin Anderson, while it took him a little while to get through that 9th inning, picks up his 2nd save of the season. The Angels win it 3-1. They take their first series at home since they swept the Baltimore Orioles in the first week of May. That's how long it's been since the Angels picked up a home series. One of the runs coming across on the Upton home run is first since May 15th. He's down on the field with Alex Curry.
Justin, another close edge of your seat 9th inning. What did you see from your guys today to come out here and really get it done in a bounce back game?
Louis got a big hit for us early, allowed Tyler to settle in, and Tyler pitched well. He kept him off the board, and we added one later, and that was tight 9th inning, but we got it done.
What's it like to see Justin Anderson, a young guy, come out there and really keep his composure and battle to get it done and close it out in the ninth?
Yeah, he was making good pitches. Some of them didn't go his way, but he kept pitching and ended up getting the outs that we needed.
Now, your home run in the 6th inning really gave this team the insurance that they needed. What adjustment did you make in that 3rd at-bat?
It's all about pitch selection. You saw a lot of us, swinging at the ball in today. Fister kept, throwing good pitches in on us, and we couldn't get the barrel to him. But I was able to get a pitch out over the plate that I could get the barrel to.
Well, congrats on getting the win. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
The Angels take Game 3, a final of 3-1, and the series against the Rangers. But don't go anywhere, because Kent French and Jose Mota will break it all down on Angels Live next.